Hi, my name is Amanda Rocha. I am an estate planning and probate attorney in California, and today I want to discuss what children are entitled to from their parents' estates. Before I get into that, I want to give you my contact information. You can find me on my website at www.amandarocalaw.com. You can find me on social media at Amanda Rocha Law, and if this platform allows you to do so, you can comment down below and I will respond. Now, the reason that I wanted to make this video is because there seems to be confusion, at least around me, when people are calling as a potential client as to whether or not they deserve or are entitled to something out of their parents' estate. So the example that I'm thinking of that actually triggered this video was a woman called me whose mother had sadly passed away with an estate plan. She had a will and she had multiple children. This is the oldest daughter. However, there was contention between the daughter and son and sister-in-law. So the mom in her will didn't leave everything evenly to the children. And this daughter, who is the oldest daughter and had taken care of her mother for years, felt that she deserved more, and that as the oldest daughter, she should be trustee and, I'm sorry, not trustee, she should be the executor of her mother's will, and that she should be entitled to at least her pro rata share of her mother's estate. So that is why I wanted to talk to you, because I've talked to many people who assume that that's the case. So first, if someone passes away with an estate plan, unless they were coerced and you can prove coercion, that person's estate plan can be as uneven as they want. Okay, they can take everyone out of their estate plan that they want to and add anyone in that they want. They can disinherit all of their children or one of them, and they don't have to have any good reason to do so. So if someone has an estate plan and they made it from their own free will, you really can't do anything about that. Okay, unless you're an employee or you have some sort of legal claim against them, you're not going to get anything from them. However, passing away intestate or without an estate plan is completely different. So if you pass away in California without an estate plan, there are many ways in which your estate can be split up. So I want to use a common family structure to give you an example. So a parent, single parent, let's say the other parent has already passed away, okay? So one spouse is alive, has two children. This parent passes away without an estate plan. Their two children would get 50% each of everything because this person is not married and doesn't have any other children. If there was a spouse and there was no estate plan, then some of the estate would go to the spouse and some of the estate would go to the children in different situations. And it can get very nuanced. If you watched my community property video, you already see where this is going, okay? So if everything that person owned was part of community property, then their half of that community property is going to go to the spouse if all of their children are together. If this person who passed away has children outside of the marriage, then they'll get a percentage and the spouse will get a percentage. If they're separate property, then depending on the situation, children will get some, spouse will get some, okay? Contact me if you're in the situation, you have any questions, and I can help walk you through it, but it's just too many examples to give you all of them here. But just know that it's not all pro rata, it's not all even. Another example would be if you have no children and no spouse and you pass away, what happens to your estate? So in California, if you have no children, you have no spouse, the estate is going to go up in your family tree first to your parents. If you have living parents, they will inherit your estate. If you don't, then it will go to your siblings. So any children of your parents would be next. And it kind of gets convoluted, and it'll go all the way up to your grandparents and down their lines as well if they have to. And if they can't find anyone, the state, the courts, if they can't find anyone who's related to you through your grandparents' lines, then your estate will go to the state, which is known as cheating to the state. So there's a lot of different situations, but if there's an estate plan, bottom line, what is in the estate plan will happen, regardless of how fair or unfair it might seem. Now, one little note I wanted to make is if you have parents, or if you are parents who make an estate plan while you have at least one child, and then you have after-born children, but you do not add them to your estate plan, most estate plans have a clause that says any after-born children or adopted children are to be included in the disbursement of your estate in the way in which you said. So if you wanted all of your estate to be given to your children in an even share, and you only named 2 in your estate, but you had 2 more, then your estate plan will allow for that estate to be broken down into 4 sections instead of 2 because you've said that. The state also assumes that you don't want to disinherit children. So if you accidentally leave one out, or on purpose leave one out, but don't say that you're leaving them out, and someone contests your estate plan, the state is going to assume that you accidentally left them out. So if you want to disinherit someone, you have to specifically say, I am disinheriting child A. You don't have to say why, but you can say, I'm specifically disinheriting them from everything. And that is how you have to do that these days. It didn't used to be that way, but there's some case law that's come out, and now that's how you disinherit someone. So if you have any questions about what might be owed to you from someone's estate after you've passed away, feel free to reach out to me. My website, www.amandarocalaw.com. You can find me on my social media at Amanda Rocha Law, or comment down below if you are allowed to do that on this platform. Thank you.